Hey, alright. Welcome back to episode 13 of Journal of Small Music. This is actually a second part to the freelance experience episode that we talked about last time. So let's start from where we dropped. Now, we are assuming that you've got a good social scene and are ready to start receiving customers. Always remember your first customers will mostly be people who you already know. Maybe your parents, your friends, colleagues. You get the idea. The people who will follow your work and cheer for you no matter what. They won't be investing in you because they like your work, but because they like you. And it's completely fine. What's crucial here is you need to give your best. And by best, I mean the best effort you can on these projects. Because your current customers will be the source of your future customers. Right, the friends of your customers are going to be our target. First you get their friends, and then their friends, then their friends, and so on. That's how the network works. And breaking a chain won't just cost you a customer, but a chain of them. That's why you need to be consistent and available for more work. Because once this cycle gets started, you will be overflowing by projects. There's a myth that giving out free samples and projects is like a loss for your business, which is completely wrong. You need to provide something out to the community to gain their trust, to gain exposure. Why do you think Netflix has a trial period? So that people can get a taste of it, so that people could know what they are buying. I would have loved to talk about the business model, but I really do not have knowledge in that field. Now there are many different types of customers, good ones, bad ones, annoying ones, the abusive ones. But it is of utmost importance to have patience and politeness. They may say some hurtful stuff about you and your work, and you have to be patient with it. Giving a response is like adding oil to the fire. This will help you in the long run. One of the major roadblocks you have to cross is hate and shame. There will be people who won't believe in your idea and moreover laugh at you on your face. But it's up to you how much you listen. Like if you know what your idea is capable of and you believe in yourself relentlessly, there is no flipping way someone can stop you. Same advice here, do not fight hate with hate. It will be pointless and a waste of energy. Instead, ignore them and prove them who's right. Most of the people who are thinking about starting freelancing are either students or the people who already have a job. You do not need to drop out for having a successful freelancing experience. You do not need to lose your job to do freelancing. Freelancing has to start as a side hustle, as there is a big chance that things will go sideways. There's a concept that only lose your main hustle or your job when your side hustle earns at least twice the money per month than your salary. It is just stupid to take illogical risks. What you need is time management and passion and hard working attitude. Once again, you do not need to lose your job. Do not drop out of school unless your side hustle earns at least twice your salary. Last but not least, study your competitors, but do not steal ideas. Copying isn't creating. Taking inspiration from them and trying to make it better is what I am directing you towards. Make friends in your community, good friends, so that they will help you when in need. Use multiple platforms. There's Fiverr, there's Upwork, YouTube is a good source, Instagram too, even Discord. So yeah, you have got a hell lot of opportunity. You just got to have a hell lot of patience and hard work. I guess that's all. The rest of it is in your hands. Go get your hands dirty. Alright, keep hustling. Bye.